Hello, everyone. It's Tom here for your February update. And I want to discuss with you an interesting phenomenon, something called bidding wars. For those of you that are not familiar with it, that's often when you have more than one buyer looking to bid on a potential property. And oftentimes that results in a sale that is far above the asking price. And so especially during COVID times, so during the pandemic, we found that there was a shortage of property and a lot of willing buyers out there, and that caused prices to basically escalate. And since I'd say the middle of last year, we've seen that kind of simmer down. However, recently, I'm coming across a lot of properties that, believe it or not, are actually selling over asking, and a lot for that matter. And the question is that happening everywhere, and where are we seeing it? So what I want to do is just take about a minute to show you some of our recent listings and what's been happening. So let me just share my screen here as I give you some examples. All right, so this is one of our listings here. This is in Toronto, 24 Lippincott. It was listed in February of last month. And what you'll see here is that we listed here at just shy of 1.5 million. And sure enough, it sold over, by the way, a family day long weekend with 3 offers on the table for 1,630,000. Okay. And this area doesn't have a lot for sale, and hence why it went for this price is because, again, the demand was there essentially. But it's interesting enough that a property, even in this market, sold for over 130,000. Now we kind of go over here. The next one, Markham. Okay, so we're on the east side of the GTA, and this one here, 65 Michener, was listed in February for 1,259,000. It had 13 offers on it, and it sold for 1,356,000. And you'll see here from some of the photos that it was a nice looking property, but there's some carpets in there. For example, let me kind of just skim through some of these photos. That's the front, and nice looking home, but as you can see, that clean, spacious, nothing very special ultimately. But the point being is, again, like you're looking at over $100,000. Next up, Ferncliff, 1402 Ferncliff here in Pickering. So now we're even going a little bit more east to Durham region. We listed this one here actually at the end of February for 950,000. It had, I believe, 6 or 7 offers, and it ended up selling for $1,040,000. So again, this one here actually was fully renovated inside. But it's one thing you'll notice is that if I go through the photos, that it was a kind of a starter sort of detached home. So again, that seems to be appealing. It also had a separate entrance to the garage, again, to make it appealing to potentially someone to get that extra income. But again, like my point is that like you're still looking at close to 100,000 over the asking price, even in this market. Next up, townhouse here in Mississauga. So we're going to the west side. This is like a starter sort of entry-level property. This townhouse here, which has condo fees, listed for $665,000. Sold for $692,000. It had, I think, 6 or 7 offers on it. Again, over the asking price. So again, even in this market, we're seeing lots and lots of action. And again, this is just what I've noticed is there's a theme towards more starter properties, whether that's starter townhouse or starter sort of detached, or any place that has basically a shortage of listings. We're seeing that the demand is there. This is another townhouse actually that I represented someone to bid on. We didn't end up getting this property, but it was listed attractively at $589,000. It had well over 10 offers. It sold for $730,000. And you probably think, wow, Tom, this is probably really nice property on the inside. Well, it also needed a ton of work. It, as you can see, was dated, well preserved, but it needed a ton of work. So again, we are seeing quite a bit of interesting activity. And I'll be truthful with you, it's not happening everywhere, but you can see that we have one in Toronto, we have some from the east side, we have some from the west, and this is what's taking place. So that being said, if you're interested to know how your home would fare in today's market, feel free to give me a call at 905-568-2121. I'd be more than happy to talk more about your home.